Now, I believe I've got this drenched enough and soaked up so it really has a good solid coat on it, and it's going to soak down into that figured grain. But I'm going to keep an eye on it, and if I need to, I'll come back and spray a little bit more on any area that looks dry. Let this sit for 5 minutes or so. Now we're ready to go ahead and apply the glaze to the lower section. I've sanded the piece with 320 grit sandpaper and wiped it off to dust all the excess shellac off of it. Now the thing that you'll notice, a couple different things. I've got the drawers in and I've got them tight. So what happens when I spray the glaze is it's just going to go between. It's not going to work itself down behind the drawer edge or the lip of the drawer. And that's fine with me because what we're doing is simulating age. And if they're doing that, generally behind those areas you wouldn't have the same aging that you would on the outer side. So we're going to apply the glaze just over the top of this. But when we get to the point where we're removing the glaze or wiping the excess off, you want to make sure to pull those drawers out and clean up that area. The other thing that's important here is I've taken a piece of cardboard and cut it into the top section. Now, it's important because as we spray, we don't want to fill up the inside of our drawers. Our drawers stay natural. We don't put any finish on them. So we don't want to get overspray into there. So just simply a piece of cardboard on top and you're ready to go. So if you'd like to get some more information about the glaze and the product we're using, go to our website at woodworkersedge.com. We'll have sections on there that'll explain the differences on glazes. It'll also give you information on shellacs. So we're going to go ahead now and spray this down. So take a look at what happens. It almost is like a thick paint that goes on there. And that's what we're looking to do. We're just going to apply a nice even coat all the way around. Then as it dries, we'll talk about how it'll flash off to white or a lighter shade and kind of dull off. And that's when it's ready to go ahead and wipe down. So we'll go ahead and get set up and we'll spray this now. Now, once the glaze has flashed off, and by that I mean if you look in this area right here, you can kind of see a dull whitish effect, where down here you can still see that it's kind of on the wet side. Once it's gotten to this place where it has flashed off, we can go ahead and wipe down. What's going to happen is you're going to notice your moldings for the most part are going to flash off first, and then you can kind of check everything all over. It's not going to get to the point where it's all flashed off at the same time, so you're going to have some areas that have and some areas that haven't as you go to wipe. The idea of the glaze is to get into the small cracks and crevices. That's what adds the age. So right here along the thumbnail of the drawer, up here at the ledge where our molding hits the top rail of our lower section, especially right around the areas of the knee, right in this area is where this glaze is going to stay because it's impossible to wipe it all out. That's what you're looking for, areas like that. And all these different spots are going to add the glaze. That's going to add some age and some character to the piece, as well as tone change the entire piece so it all kind of blends together. And that's what we're looking for. So once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and wipe the piece down completely, and we'll let you see what it looks like when it's cleaned up.